Inspector, I understand you've visited the scene of the crime. Halcyon Helen was an important cultural icon. She will be sorely missed. It's the circumstances of her death that trouble me. Our spokesperson was murdered just before the grand unveiling of Spectrum Brown. If I belonged to a rival company, I'd be ecstatic. Stop. Please warn me before you provide me with unsolicited ideas. There are waivers you need to sign. Back to the matter at hand. Tell me about your investigation. Your discretion is appreciated. I admit, I'm beginning to feel more confident in this arrangement. Here, I'm granting you access through the gates to the orchards. You're officially authorized to see this investigation through to the end. There is one caveat. Cedric's being rather intransigent about letting you into the spaceport. Possibly he's trying to hide something. Possibly he wants to annoy me. Possibly both. Cedric isn't my people. If he were, I would have had him fired years ago, preferably into the sun. You have a lead to chase. Law speed, Inspector.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Where did we go wrong? Oh, Lo, I'm so sorry. That didn't mean for... Helen, I love you. I love you so much.
The imprint left inside this suitcase matches the silhouette of Halcyon Helen's iconic handgun, the Needler. The weapon was recently removed.
little beyond my job description to ask, but at my heart, I'm still a bellhop. Was the suite to your liking? Ah, someone focused on their work. I can absolutely respect that. We're terror rays of a fin, Inspector. Now, I'd love to bring you to a floor of your choosing.
You know, I never imagined Spencer Woolrich would outlive Halcyon Helen.
Ugh. Smells worse than rancid salt tuna. Oh, well, I think it's coming from the pool.
Oh, you're that inspector. Right. Sorry, but the pool's currently closed on account of it stinking worse than my boss. What can I do for you? Space me if I knew. I got here for my shift this morning and found it this way. They can't yell at me for this one, which is good, because a lot of folks seem upset by it. Gee, you're pretty sharp. Yeah, the reception party would have extended out here, but we had to close it off. What with the contamination. And now the reception ain't happening anyway. Can't do much now but wait for the stench to wear off. We found the individual hired to clean face down in a puddle of his own spit in the orchards. Guess he won't be helping. All right. You may want to visit the sun parlor. That's where that Rizzo's fool mixed the chemicals he used. Oh, and you could talk to Lily, my boss. She probably has some great advice. I saw her walk toward the bridge to the Purpleberry Orchards earlier. Reckon she's still there. Now, anything else I can do for you? So long as you don't want to go in, I can answer anything you like. Yeah, it's part of the job. I think I'm listed as a security consultant. But all that really means is that if I'm caught without this thing, I get put on pool guard duty. I don't know what happens if I'm caught without it on pool guard duty, but I know that I don't want to find out. Yep, still dead. Usually Rizzo's is pretty good at making sure the people they hire ain't got tripicale for brains. But that fella clearly wasn't worth trusting. I met him briefly once. Seemed level-headed enough, but that must have been just a front. Otherwise, he wouldn't have made such a mess of things. Sounds good to me.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Analysis reveals the chemical signature of this compound is 80% semblant of fertilizer used in the Purpleberry orchards. The other 20% is semblant of pool water.
Did you know that raptidon claws carry bacteria and have the potential to cause organic death due to massive amounts of blood loss?
How exciting! Did we win? How exciting!
Whew! Thanks for the help back there. I've actually never fired a gun before. Is this ringing in your ears normal? That's more than a little disconcerting, since I maxed out my medical allotment this month. That's what I call my booze fund. Still, I had to be alive to be able to go deaf later. I'm not sure if I actually hit any shots. If you hadn't intervened, it could have been bleak. I'm just as confused as you are. Someone should have been on shift to see them coming. Ms. Vargas would probably have a better idea of what happened. She's stationed at the luxury pad. What do you mean? Oh. You know, they warned me about freelancers, but I forgot what they said. Also, who they were. Anyway, here.
Heading back.
What?
You know, I don't remember the pool making those sizzling noises before. Something happened? I always knew trusting science was a bad idea. Now I gotta get this handled before someone falls in and sues the Colonial for chemical burns. Please, I think you've helped enough. Lost, what am I gonna do?
Anyone up for a game of sudden death knockout? Yeah, me either.
Maybe you haven't heard, but we're in the middle of a lockdown. No one's supposed to be coming or going. And when I can't get a hold of anyone in the orchards, I can't make sure of that, can I?
No, Miss Vargas. Sorry, I'll work on getting a hold of someone.
Great, you do that. I'll be waiting right here. Swear to the architect, Matthias, if you've lost your rifle's ionization coil again. Oh, wait, you ain't part of my crew. What do you want? Oh, thank the law you're here about the pool. That crucial thing that isn't my job to fix, and that, as such, I don't care about. If you want advice, here it is. Don't talk to that imbecile ever again. Even by my crew's standards, he's duller than a telescoping staff. And he's not even one of my worst problems. I've got landing pad lockdowns, gate closures, angry guests, and now one of my crew is AWOL. I wish. Matthias is about as useful as a manta queen in a saltuna cannery. Wouldn't give a damn if he were lost. Frankly, he'd be doing me a favor. If you're serious, I'd appreciate the help. He's been missing a few days, and we're low on staff as it is. It's not exactly uncommon for slug agents to go on the odd bender. They'll pick a place they think I don't know about and hunker down. Usually I don't bother with the discipline and paperwork. Gotta pick your battles. Thing is, they usually resurface within 24 hours, or at least yell for medical help. This guy, not a peep. The missing crew member's Evan O'Connell. He's one of about 2 slug agents I can trust with more complex tasks than stand here and look tough. Friendly type. Well-behaved, followed orders. Anyone else, I'd think they got drunk and fell asleep in a ditch somewhere, but O'Connell's not really the type. He was last stationed at the Wilderness Checkpoint. I'd search there first.
I hope the murderer is caught soon. This lockdown is truly hampering my schedule for the week.
Agreed. I was supposed to go back to Byzantium today to play cards with the vice CEO of Hammersmith. Now, what about you?
Oh, I was too. But it wasn't the vice CEO, it was the president of the company.
Really? What's her name?
If you don't know, then...
Rizzo's Purpleberry Punch. You want a punch?
Hey, that's impressive.
Why'd Helen have to go and die in our hotel? We don't need that kind of notoriety.
Rizzo's Malt Apple Cider. A hard cider for a hard life.
Warning. Crew member requires maintenance. Sanitation and maintenance job fulfilled.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. The garb on his security guard identifies him as a member of the Rizzo's corporation. His rank would have been that of jawbreaker or higher. This security guard has experienced premature expiration. Evidence strongly suggests a conflict with marauders. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Hey, Crew C. It's Amelia. Evan must have gotten into the Spectrum in these crates. Listen to this.
Come out! Come out to play!
Law. He's having a grand old time. I'm gonna take him to A2 under the hotel so he can sleep it off. I'll meet you back at the orchard straight after. See you soon. Evan, come on, you slackwit.
What floor?
Black hole.
We should try to solve the puzzle hedges in the orchards.
Finally checked in, I see. I hope you're fond of the penthouse. It's pretty much the best seat in the whole hotel. Should act as a better headquarters for the investigation than any space dust-covered ship. You ever need anything, come find me. Oh, of course. That is, maybe not on a personal level, but I'm one of her biggest fans. Even I'd lament not having anything to meet about anymore, but the newer tribe just ain't done it for us. Sorry, friend, but I guess you don't get it. Helen was special. You look at Woolrich, and no disrespect to the man, but you just don't get the same feeling. Don't tell him I said that. Now, what... I suppose you could call it that, but that don't mean I poked around her room or nothing while she was out. Besides, knowing Helen's athletic acumen, probably, that is. Notice my battle-hardened physique, have you? Used to be in a mighty mean line of work. But to be honest, I never really enjoyed it, you know. When this position came up, I jumped on it and made a lateral move from sublight to slug. Well, slug is something like an offshoot of sublight. That said, my departure may have been somewhat... Well, it was. Basically, I singled out a ship to salvage that I thought had been out for use for years. As it so happened, I still don't think she tried to use it, too satisfied with the luxuries of Byzantium. Stories. Huh. There used to be a whole tossball court on one of the planetoids. Well, Slug is more trustworthy for one thing, where Sublight is all about back alleys. Please do.
How awful!
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. This is a bottle of unreleased Rizzo's product. Helen appears to have attempted to use it to spell something as she expired, but all she managed was a sticky bee. This hypothesis is plausible, but requires additional information. Now calculating likelihood of Halcyon Helen using her final moments to endorse Rizzo's Spectrum Brown. Low to moderate likelihood. Correct. Bertie Black Hole Holcomb is a registered guest at the Grand Colonial Hotel. Accessing guest database B. The Grand Colonial Hotel is proud to serve the following VIPs. Bertie, Black Hole. Burbage 3001. This evidence has been recorded for later reference. Now generating pre-approved compliment. Splendid work, Inspector.
Oh, Inspector, I wanted to thank you for cooperating with us. I can appreciate the sentiment, Inspector, but everyone's hoping you'll bring Helen's killer to justice. I'm not so sure. Helen was a beloved icon. I couldn't investigate Helen's death even if I wanted to. I'm not at liberty to discuss the details, Inspector. You're a persuasive person, Inspector. I'll tell you this much. This directive is part of my indenturement contract. Not a problem at all. Most people don't know that about me. But yes, none of us get to choose the way in which we serve our This is a problem of jurisdiction, not competence. I'm also concerned I'd allow my personal feeling. Best of luck.
Oh, Inspector. I was just contemplating human anatomy.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Analysis of this stovetop reveals an alarming degree of grease buildup, approximating proximity to volatile gases and chemicals. Chances of an explosive combustion upon next use currently at 92.9%. Most corporations have regular cleaning procedures to prevent damage to company property. Slug, already unlike most corporations in a variety. Searching Slug work logs. Slug has likely not fixed this issue.
Wait, bad idea!
Performing scan. Gaslight appears to have gone out some time ago.
Terribly sorry, but I can't chat just now. Someone on the second view. I understand your devotion to your job. Really, things might change if you had something very I'm so behind. I'm sorry, I still can't talk idly right now. Come back if you have something very important you need to discuss.
Battery levels are... Command accepted.
I can't believe Miss Helen's... I used to watch Helen's serials. She'd fall into mortal peril every... Breathtaking. Have you looked over the edge of the complex yet? Erydanos and Olympus are the two biggest planets in Halcyon. Sometimes I can't believe how small my world used to be. Yeah. We've come a long way. Yeah? Sure thing, Captain.
Oh, you're the inspector. Welcome. Has anyone helped you with your luggage yet? Something mighty strange went on earlier.
What happened? Norval get his cap stuck in the toilet again?
Not today. I was carrying a bag up to the second VIP guest floor earlier. Even for our guests, it was spectacularly heavy.
Wow, exciting.
I wasn't finished. I took a bad step and dropped it. Know what spilled out? Rocks. Whoever owned it was just making me carry it around for fun.
Get anything good for lunch?
Beef-free nut butter and jelly-free jam on premature bread. Tastes like nothing.
Looks like you win this round. I couldn't afford lunch, so I caught a sprat lurking around crew quarters. Bony, but it's something.
You know those things eat garb...
You, hear about the murder?
How the hell could I not have heard about it? We couldn't even leave our rooms earlier while security was sweeping for evidence.
Well, maybe you were asleep?
Since management started issuing mandatory caffeinoid supplements, I haven't been able to sleep. It's making it hard to tolerate small talk.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Inspector, I've detected a structural anomaly within a 0.8 meter radius of this locked door. This floor panel is 0.3 millimeters shorter than regulation length, suggesting unauthorized modification.
I'm trapped in room A3. Please, someone come help me. I'm feeling weak. Please just open the door. I'm not sure how much longer I'll make it.
I'm trapped in room A3. Please, someone come help me. I'm feeling weak. Please just open the door. I'm not sure how much longer I'll make it. The door's stuck. And I know I need to write a service request, but I can't get it under the door. Is anyone there?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Analysis confirms this is Evan O'Connell. Analysis also confirms he is dead. Per additional study of this body's skeletal structure, the cause of death was head trauma. Further analysis indicates Evan's fatal injuries were sustained from blunt force trauma to the back of the skull, and his head collided with the ground. Respiratory analysis concludes Evan was not intoxicated at time of death. There are no Eridanium gigaseus present at this time. However, Eridanium gigaseus do appear to be responsible for the early decomposition of this body's surface tissue. There are traces of blood on Evan's hands, Inspector. Analysis concludes this blood is human, type A. Medical records indicate Evan O'Connell's blood is type O. It is highly likely the blood is the result of an altercation. If you wish to question Amelia Stillwell, Slug's scheduling records indicate that she is presently on duty at the pilot house checkpoint.
I was a few minutes late with room service earlier today. Guest I was trying to serve shot at me with a revolver. I left the drink and ran.
Something like that happened to me once. Hammersmith exec called me up to her room, saying she needed help with something.
Yeah?
Turned out what she needed help with was testing a new Hammersmith heavy machine gun. She technically shot around me instead of at me, but it was still pretty surprising.
Non-slug personnel aren't permitted on the pilot house. Sure. Is this a joke? You're telling me Evan's dead and that's... I know he got drunk on the job and I took him back to the hotel to sleep it off. Left him on one of the beds and ate... Why would you think that? Law. This is making less and... I walked Evan to A2, like I said. And then, one minute he's laughing and yelling about sharing his joy. And then... dumb luck, I guess. I got a good hit in, threw him off, and ran like hell. If I... What do you want to know? Because Evan would never attack anyone. I guess it shook me up pretty good. I can't help you there. Have you been to Purpleberry Orchards, Inspector? Anytime. I didn't actually see him drink, if that's what you're asking. Real energetic, but also totally out of it. I don't know. The whole thing shook me up something fierce. I'm upset. Angry at Evan. Sad about him. I'm not much for math, so I couldn't tell. So... fair enough. I just wish I could understand why he did what he did.
I hope you're able to make more sense of this than I can. Hey, Inspector. Okay. I don't know. I'm...
Sublight Underground takes care of its own.
Inspector. Shit. That's fucking inconvenient. What? That whole head. Oh, that's embarrassing. That's unusual, but I don't... Good for you. That's a nice go-getter attitude you got there. I gotta figure out who the fuck's replacing Evan. A new day, a new pain in my ass. Thanks again for all your help, but I'm a little busy.